Gracias. Buenas tardes. Voy a hablar en inglés. Bueno. In a situation like this, when I take the slot of someone else, I would normally take it upon myself to improvise and present their talk for them. Unfortunately, I do have my own slides. I usually decide what to say immediately before coming up, and so I will have to improvise now. Okay, so I'm Drew Hemment. I'm the founder and chief executive of Future Everything and an academic at the University of Dundee. And Future Everything is an innovation agency, works in city data, design for science, and also art and culture. It's a non-profit, it's independent, it's quite a small organization, but it's been very active in the emergence of an innovation ecosystem in the city of Manchester, and I'm delighted to be here, thanks to Arturo and others for the invite, and really in the spirit to share some of the things that we've done, some of the things that have worked well and that haven't, and I know I'm going to be learning a lot from others. So we're here for the Smart City Summit and the convergence of the smart city industry. Future Everything's been going for 20 years now, and for much of that time we've been exploring what the future of the city holds. And many of the images that we receive have a long history. You may recognize the Jetsons. This image of the future actually emerged during the Cold War. It was a political tool. And now we have a very refined sense that some of the visions we receive today are very much about opening new markets. They've got an agenda. And these kind of forums are about questioning those and challenging that and seeing if there are other visions of the future that are maybe more bottom-up. Now, one of the distinctive things about what we've done in Manchester, and certainly the history of Future Everything is an innovation agency that grew out of the arts, of new media arts, of digital arts, and activism. And still, we run an annual festival, and that festival has a key role in the innovation ecosystem in Manchester. Festivals are occasions that bring together a community. They enable you to rapidly mobilize crowds. They give attention to issues and to themes. If you use them cleverly, you can use them for advocacy. Bring the thought leaders in a field together to help galvanize development on the ground in your city. But we've also developed a particular approach where we do more than showcase new ideas. We use the festival to co-create urban futures. And we've drawn on methods from Living Labs. We collaborate with the ENOL network, who are represented here. And we draw on many different methodologies from design, from computer science, to prototype, to test urban futures. That's new technologies, new concepts, new social innovations. So as well as an art festival, it's also a space and a research and innovation instrument for co-creating urban futures. Also important about Future Everything is where we came from. I mentioned we're not a government body. We're independent from the government. We work very, very closely with government. We're an ODI node, an Open Data Institute node. We work very closely with the City of Manchester and elsewhere. We're doing stuff in Moscow this weekend. But we're independent. And we came from open source culture, new media arts, digital activism. And so in a sense, we have a position. We have a view. And one of those is to give citizens a central voice on open data and the smart city. And that has really been part of our DNA and one of the things we've really championed. Of course, today, rapid manufacturing, maker culture is creating the third industrial revolution. And we've seen, certainly from this open source community that I'm a part in, the emergence of new models. If you look at the Arduino platform, or processing or creative frameworks, sort of integrated development environments. These are really radical ways of making, of producing, of creating. One of those has its home in Barcelona, Smart Citizen Kit. I think we're going to hear from Thomas, who leads that project later on, and we're very proud to work with Thomas and to have a Manchester community. And this is really exemplary for that bottom-up collaborative process. Here you have a hardware platform and a data platform that's created and maintained by a community of users. So there's much hope in these kind of things, but also right now, at the present, we feel we're coming to the end of a narrative in mainstream technology culture. I mean, we're guilty. We've championed the emancipatory potential of technology. But that can easily become an uncritical view that technology is inherently good. And we've seen now in really immediate forms some of the centralization, the economic inequalities, the economic silos and stacks that are created on the streets of our cities. We've seen taxi drivers protesting against Uber, which creates an image for a majority who are left behind. So we can't be naive anymore. We have to be nuanced. We have to regain trust. Certainly in the wake of NSA revelations, there's huge issues of trust. I love this picture, by the way. I don't know if anyone's seen it. This is an image captured by Google Streetcar. I'm not sure, but there's a genre of photography now where photographers capture images from Google Streetcar, which I love, and I've lost that, but hopefully...